right, so let's dive into something that seems kind of basic journaling. We're going to go deep and uncover some seriously cool, scientifically backed benefits of journaling. We'll even explore some different journaling styles that might surprise you. We've got some great sources and personal anecdotes today and some inspiring stories of how journaling has really helped people in some pretty amazing ways.
I've got to admit, I was a bit of a skeptic at first myself. Journaling, it always seemed a little too touchy-feely for me.
Yeah, I get it.
But the research really did change my perspective.
It is fascinating, though, isn't it? Something so simple as just putting pen to paper, and it can have such a profound impact. One of the articles we have today has this really cool image. It's like this cluttered desk, and there's just this blank journal sitting there, and it's almost like this invitation to just clear the mental clutter. Have you ever felt that? Like you're just like a whirlwind of thoughts and to-do?
Oh, absolutely. And what's interesting is that journaling can actually help with that. It's not just a feel-good practice. There's actual science behind it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for example, research from UCLA found that expressive writing, which is a form of journaling, can actually lower cortisol levels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so cortisol is the stress hormone, right? So basically putting pen to paper can act like a pressure valve for your brain.
So it's like a scientifically proven way to de-stress. Okay, I'm sold. So let's break down the science of scribbling a little bit. What else have researchers discovered about the benefits of journaling?
Well, studies have shown that regular journaling can lead to a decrease in mental distress and a boost in your overall well-being. Fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression, less stress, even just an improved mood.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So how does that actually work? Is it just about venting all our frustrations onto paper?
Well, venting can be a part of it, but it's more than that. Journaling helps us regulate our emotions. When we put our thoughts and feelings into words, it creates a space between us and those emotions. It allows us to observe them and understand them and ultimately manage them better. There's even evidence suggesting that journaling can engage the prefrontal cortex. So that's the part of our brain that's responsible for planning and decision-making, which helps us process emotions in a more controlled way.
Oh, interesting. So it's like you're hitting the pause button on your emotional roller coaster. You step back, you observe, and then you decide how you want to proceed.
Exactly.
So it's not about suppressing those feelings, but rather understanding them and managing them.
Exactly. And the best part is it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. There are different journaling styles out there, each with its own unique benefits.
Wait, different styles? I thought journaling was just journaling.
Think of it like exercise. You have cardio, you have strength training yoga, different approaches for different goals. Journaling is similar.
Okay. I am intrigued. So what are some of these different journaling styles I'm ready to explore?
Well, one popular style is gratitude journaling. It's a simple yet powerful practice.
Gratitude journaling is something that I've found incredibly helpful. It really does make a difference in how I perceive things. It makes you really appreciate the small things. Even on bad days, I try to list 3 things that I'm grateful for, and it's just shifts my perspective. Do you think it's really as effective as people say?
Absolutely. The act of listing things you're grateful for each day might seem overly simplistic, but research suggests that it can actually increase happiness and life satisfaction. It's like training your brain to focus on the positive, which can have a ripple effect on your entire outlook.
Yeah, it's like that saying, where attention goes, energy flows. If we're constantly focusing on the negative, we're going to feel more stressed and unhappy.
Yeah.
But if we intentionally direct our attention to the good things, even small things, it can shift our entire perspective.
Exactly. It's like building a mental muscle for positivity.
I love that analogy. Okay, so gratitude journaling is for the positivity seekers. What about those who are more, let's say, organizationally inclined?
And bullet journaling might be right up their alley. It's a fantastic system for managing tasks and goals and even thoughts in a very visual, organized way.
Bullet journaling. Now that sounds a bit intimidating. I'm not exactly known for my organizational skills. In fact, my attempt at bullet journaling was a hilarious disaster. My notebook ended up looking like a unicorn threw up rainbows and to-do lists.
Well, bullet journaling can be as simple or as elaborate as you like. The beauty of it is you can really tailor it to your own needs and preferences.
Okay, so I might not be a bullet journaling master, but I can definitely appreciate the appeal. It's like having your personalized planner and brain dump all in one right.
Precisely. It's a way to bring order to the chaos of our thoughts and responsibilities.
So we've covered gratitude journaling for the positivity seekers and bullet journaling for the organization enthusiasts. What other journaling styles are there? There has to be something for those of us who are a little less structured, right?
Absolutely. For those who prefer a less structured approach, there's stream of consciousness journaling.
Yes, the word vomit on paper technique.
Yeah.
I think I might be a fan of this one.
Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that. Imagine letting your thoughts flow freely onto the page, like a river, without any filtering or editing. That's stream of consciousness journaling.
That sounds incredibly liberating.
Yeah.
Like giving your mind permission to just wander and explore without judgment.
Exactly. It's a way to access your unfiltered thoughts and feelings, which can be incredibly insightful.
It's like taking a deep dive into the depths of your own consciousness. I'm starting to see why you were so intrigued by journaling. It's not just about diaries and teenage angst. It's a powerful tool for self-discovery, stress management, and personal growth.
It really is. And we've only just scratched the surface. There are so many other fascinating aspects of journaling to explore. But before we dive into those, I think it would be helpful to hear some real-life examples of how journaling has helped people.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Let's bring this concept to life with some real stories. After all, hearing how others have benefited from journaling might just inspire some of our listeners to give it a try.
Absolutely. I think you'll find these stories quite compelling. So you're saying that by just writing down our thoughts and feelings, we can unlock all these hidden benefits.
Right. It's wild. Okay, I am ready to hear about those real-life transformations that you mentioned.
Okay, so in one of the articles, someone described journaling as their sanctuary.
Oh, wow.
During a really tough period in their life.
Yeah.
They said it provided a safe space to process their emotions and find clarity when everything felt chaotic.
That makes total sense. It's like having a private conversation with yourself.
Right.
Where you can be completely honest and vulnerable without fear of judgment. Did any of the other stories resonate with you?
Yeah, definitely. Another person talked about how journaling helped them uncover patterns in their behavior that were preventing them from reaching their goals. And they said that acknowledging these patterns through writing was the first step towards making positive changes.
It's so true. It reminds me of that saying, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Like journaling brings those subconscious thoughts and behaviors to the surface where we can actually start to work with them.
Yeah, it's like shining a light on the hidden corners of our minds.
Right.
And sometimes those hidden corners hold valuable insights that can lead to breakthroughs.
Totally.
Yep.
Okay, so journaling sounds amazing in theory, but I'm sure some of our listeners are out there thinking, yeah, but.
Yeah.
So let's address some of the common excuses people have for not journaling. The first one that always comes up is the classic time crunch.
The I don't have time excuse.
Yeah.
I hear you. But here's the thing. Journaling doesn't have to be this big time-consuming ritual. Even 5 minutes a day can make a real difference.
5 minutes. I mean, that sounds manageable, but can such a short amount of time really have a noticeable impact?
Absolutely. It's about consistency, not duration. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't spend hours on it, but you do it every day, and it makes a big difference in your overall health. Journaling is similar. Small, consistent actions over time can lead to huge results.
Okay, that makes sense. It's not about writing a novel every day. It's about making a conscious effort to connect with ourselves regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes. What about people who say, I'm just not a writer? That's another big one I hear all the time.
Right, the I'm not a writer myth. Well, remember, journaling is not about creating a literary masterpiece or impressing anyone with your prose. It's about expressing yourself authentically without judgment or self-criticism.
It's for your eyes only. You can scribble, doodle, rant, whatever feels right in the moment. It's your own private space to explore your thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong way to journal. The important thing is that process of engaging with your inner world.
I think what trips people up is they have this image of journaling as this formal, structured activity. But it can be whatever you want it to be. You can use prompts, you can free write, you can draw, even collage if that's your thing. It's about finding what works best for you and your individual needs.
Absolutely. It's about creating a practice that feels authentic and sustainable.
So we've busted the no time myth and the not a writer myth. Any other common barriers to journaling that we should address?
Well, some people might feel intimidated by the blank page. They might feel pressure to write something profound or insightful, which can lead to procrastination or feeling stuck.
Oh, I totally get that. The blank page can be daunting, even for experienced writers. Do you have any tips for overcoming that initial hurdle?
One helpful strategy is to start with prompts. There are tons of journaling prompts available online and in books. These prompts can provide a starting point and spark ideas.
That's a great suggestion. It takes the pressure off of having to come up with something brilliant from scratch. It's like having a conversation starter for your inner dialogue. What are some other ways to overcome that blank page fear?
Another approach is to simply start writing whatever comes to mind. Don't censor yourself. Don't edit. Just let the words flow freely. You might be surprised at what emerges.
It's like taking your inner critic off duty for a while and allowing your thoughts to roam free.
I love that. So we've explored the science behind journaling, different journaling styles, and even addressed some common barriers. It seems like journaling has the potential to be incredibly beneficial for pretty much anyone.
It truly does. It's a versatile tool that can be used for a wide range of purposes, from stress management and emotional regulation to self-discovery and personal growth.
And the best part is it's accessible to everyone. You don't need any fancy equipment or expensive workshops, just a pen and notebook and an open mind.
Exactly. And the potential rewards are immeasurable. You know, it's amazing to think that something as simple as writing can have such a profound impact on our well-being.
It really is. You know, it speaks to the power of self-reflection and the importance of connecting with our inner world.
Totally. And at the beginning of this deep dive, we talked about that image of the cluttered desk with the blank journal, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like a visual metaphor for the state of our minds before we start journaling.
I see what you mean. The clutter represents the mental chaos, and then the blank journal is the invitation to create order and make sense of it all.
Right. Exactly. And as we've explored all these different aspects of journaling, it's become clear that it's not just about organizing our thoughts or venting our frustrations. It's about understanding ourselves better, processing our emotions, and ultimately creating a more fulfilling life.
Yeah, it's about cultivating self-awareness, fostering resilience, and tapping into our own inner wisdom.
It's like journaling provides this incredible pathway for personal growth and transformation.
And the beauty of it is that it's an ongoing journey. You know, there's always more to discover, more to explore, more to learn about ourselves through the practice of journaling.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of journaling, I want to leave our listeners with a little challenge. If you've never tried journaling before, I encourage you to give it a shot. Just pick a style that resonates with you. Grab a notebook and pen and just start writing.
And remember, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just be yourself, be honest, and be open to the insights that emerge.
You might be surprised at what you discover along the way. We'd love to hear about your journaling experiences. Feel free to share your thoughts or any aha moments you have in the comments. Until next time, happy journaling.